Boom. Hey internet. So we're talking t-shirts here and how do we make a detailed t-shirt design. So I've answered this question before on my channel, and if you're new here, you definitely want to subscribe. Let me begin by qualifying. Anytime I talk t-shirts, I just want to let you know where I'm coming from so you know who you're taking advice from. I actually co-owned a high volume screen printing shop in Vista, California for over 3 years. And prior to that, or I should say in addition to that, I've worked in fashion for over 20 years. Easy math. Since 2000, I had my name on a business card where I was an apparel designer for a skate company. That was a very long time ago. And so for all that time, I've been working within fashion. So different titles like fashion editor, senior men's designer, creative director, all of those sort of things. So when we're talking t-shirts, I definitely know t-shirts, both sides of it, both giving the service and designing the t-shirts. So the answer that I've given before on this topic is we use Adobe Illustrator. Now, let me be more in detail with that answer. We use Adobe Suite, okay? So Photoshop, Illustrator are the main two programs you'll use. And depending if you're a designer, you'll know which you're more dominant in or what you like to use more. If you're hiring or freelancing a designer, they're typically gonna lean towards one towards the other, okay? So they usually learn one first and try to do everything from that program. But the answer is you use both in order to come up with the kind of imaging and the kind of aesthetic that you want to have on the graphic. Whether that's just a plain font like Supreme, that's the font in a box and slightly leaned, or you have an illustration or a drawing. And there's a couple more things that are involved with that. But whether you have the design in the front or really small in a pocket, whether you have a P&L, which is short for printed neck label, in the back neck where you remove the label of the blank company and you replace it with a screen print of custom artwork, whether you're doing that, all of that is generated through graphic design, which is mainly Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. Now, the reason I said Illustrator in a lot of my previous answers to this question is because you need to format the design in order to get that to the manufacturer so they know exactly how you want it on a t-shirt. Now, do you have to do that? As a person who offered this service, sometimes a lot of people just showed up with anything from a PNG design, so a finished design on a file, and that's it. There's no size specs. You don't see how it's placed on the shirt or anything. All the way from that to like someone showing up with a drawing on a napkin, in which case me as the art director, I would then take a picture of it. I was gonna say scan it in, but I would take a picture of it, digitally render it, so I would make it a vector artwork piece, and then from there I would then place it onto an Illustrator CAD of a t-shirt so we could start figuring out the bigger questions like placement, where do you want it on the shirt? Number two, how big do you want it on the shirt? Do you want anything else? Did you want the name of your company on the sleeve of the t-shirt or in the back of the t-shirt, which is another hit. So as I start to unravel the different questions that a t-shirt vendor might have or a screen printer might have, you could see that there's a lot of questions to answer and a lot of things to think of. So on Illustrator, we'll create them in tech packs and we'll have different pages that have information. Now this, for my people who are looking beyond t-shirts into hats and even into cut and sew garments, is the same way that we approach tech packs for cut and sew garments. So the most technical jacket, or let's say snowboard jacket, I like to use this as an example because there's a lot of different details on a jacket like that. There's a lot of functionality going on. It's the same thing, but for this video, we're talking about t-shirts, but that's the way we do it. We have tech packs that we use that call out all the details. That way there's less back and forth between you and the vendor or the screen printer, and then you're getting hopefully exactly what you want. Now, it's not 100% science. It's a manual thing. We're putting the ink on the shirt, so there's always spoilage that we say, which are mistakes, up to 5% spoilage. But if you use tech packs, it's just very detailed and very refined and very exact. So it's like a visual contract saying, hey, I gave you the tech pack and it said I wanted this at 10 inches or I wanted it this far from the neck, etc. And I actually do offer those if you guys need that, but I did for this video, I want to give you guys the answer so that you knew exactly what it was. Hope that helps and give you guys some clarity. Like if you like, sub if you love, and hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on social media when you get a chance. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.